Hello and welcome. We are here again, TechRaptor, ready and looking forward to streaming some of the Ubisoft Forward event. We've seen Xbox have a big show. We've seen PlayStation last month. We saw SGF, um, and now we're gonna see what Ubisoft has. My name is Andrew Stretch. I'm the senior content manager here at TechRaptor, and with me, as always, is
Social lead Christian Buckley here for some Ubisoft hype. It's probably going to be a big show, right? They got a lot of games they're cooking up now. I feel like it's been a while since Ubisoft has been consistently delivering games, let alone ones that I've enjoyed. But I do like a Ubisoft game here or there. I'm not going to act like I don't, but
yeah.
they
I mean,
make some cool things.
they kind of they're always just simmering under the surface. Division is great. I think probably the biggest things out of them that I've personally enjoyed recently were the Mario and Rabbids games.
Oh, for sure.
But aside from that, it's just kind of been consistent Assassin's Creed. But
Mm-hmm.
as we know, we're gonna get our first real deeper dive probably into new old Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
I even saw people posting on Twitter that um, you're able to put on a
Yeah.
filter to give it that like muddy Unreal 3 effect. It's like
Yeah.
everything's gonna look like a 360 game again.
That made me so excited because I am a huge fan of Assassin's Creed, although I have not played a lot of the RPG ones.
Mm.
Um, Also, shout out Mario Vera. Good luck. Thank you for that in the chat. How you doing? You excited for Ubisoft? But yeah, back in the day, dude, Assassin's Creed was my jam. I was like in middle school making a PowerPoint to my mom being like, hey, I'm learning about the Colosseum, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Yes, there are courtesans in it, but I can walk through the Colosseum and study better. And it worked. So,
See, that's so
yeah.
funny. You could take that now and show her those new learning modes that they've put in, like
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
history modes. Be like, I was ahead of my time. Like, look at this.
Honestly, and a funny story about that. I told my friend, my very good friend, I've known him since like third grade. I was like, "Hey, that works for me." And his mom and my mom, like, were pretty solid friends. And then when Assassin's Creed 3 came out, he tried to do the same thing because we're from New England. That was the one in Boston. He was like, "Mom, it's historic," and his mom was very much against violent video games, right? Um, and I feel so bad for him because his aunt, her sister, worked for like a pretty big newspaper, and that was like peak of kids in these violent video games. So he was on like the
Mm.
front page of a local newspaper about Assassin's Creed 3 because he could not play it.
Oh
But
no,
yeah,
that's the ultimate backfire if you end up in the news.
I know. It's so I tell that story to so many different people because it's just I love Assassin's Creed, love the old school games, and I'm very excited for Mirage. They're saying all the right things to get me
Yeah,
excited for that game.
yeah. I mean,
And
like
yeah,
we now have this idea that studios like Ryuga Goto are going to be like having the traditional Yakuza experience as well as this turn-based RPG experience. I think that would be a really great thing. We know that Call of Duty cycles between two development teams to make sure that there's enough time to get out what people want. Having that classic Assassin's Creed return, but
Mhm.
they could also very much continue to maintain that RPG. They might need a better way to identify and differentiate between the different kinds, but
Mhm.
I think that this could be a very, very good thing for Assassin's Creed. This actually, they're talking about some Assassin's Creed right now on the stream.
Yeah. I mean, it's I was so I was so invested, right? Like even the modern day stuff I was way into.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Ezio trilogy and Brotherhood specifically is one of my favorite games ever. Um, and where the series went after that, I thought it was really cool. It got a little overwhelming for me. Like I remember I didn't have a PS4 the year Black Flag came out, and then it was like there's
Mm,
two games coming out on the same day. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know. And 3 did kind of burn me a little bit. despite thinking it was okay. So took a break for a while. I missed like Unity and Syndicate, but um, I do think there's value to the RPG ones, and I'm curious if we do see what they're planning with Nexus today. That's
Yeah,
like their launcher
yeah.
sort of thing.
Nexus is meant to be the place that you can access all of the
Mhm.
Assassin's Creed you want.
Yeah. So
Um,
curious if they talk about that today, since Mirage is this year, and that's the more small scale one you're talking about. And we know there is Assassin's Creed Red. That's the one in
mhm.
Japan.
I think that there's
Hexe is like the witchy one,
and
I
then there's
think.
also meant to be a VR one or something, I believe.
Wait, maybe Nexus is the VR thing. Because
Uh,
you're right. They talked about the Oculus thing last week.
basic it's there is just about as much Assassin's Creed as there is Final Fantasy happening in the world right now.
Hmm. Hmm. And I've taken a bit of a break, right? Like I didn't play Valhalla. I really enjoyed Odyssey, but it was way too big for me to finish. So coming back to a small one that is revisiting old school stuff is super exciting. I really hope it delivers. The thing they showed at Keeley was pretty strong, I thought. So looking forward to see extended gameplay of that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So in terms of other known quantities, we know that Star Wars Outlaws is going to be there, and I know that you've been getting excited for that over on Twitter.
Hmm. Yeah. Huge Star Wars fan as well. Love Star Wars. Very curious because it's massive. Massive did the Division, which is
Mm-hmm.
another Ubisoft game I like. It's just the last couple of years. It's just sort of when they've lost me a bit. But I like Division 2 a lot. Um, and this is that team making a single player open world game, and their world in the Division 2 was like my favorite thing about that game.
Mm-hmm.
Just exploring it and seeing how detailed Washington DC was. So them being able to bring that level of TLC and like world design to a Star War as a huge fan is like, oh, I'm gonna be able to walk through like the specific corridors that I know. And I saw
Mm-hmm.
people think that like maybe in that cinematic trailer, Kay, the main character, is like in Black Spire Outpost from Galaxy's Edge. Like I didn't look too deep into that, but like if that's there too, and then the team at Massive was able to like really realistically translate that to a digital space would be super sweet. But good tone trailer, and I'm glad we're seeing. I believe they set a gameplay walkthrough today.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, and yeah, coming from Massive, it'll be interesting to see, whether they have some kind of equivalent like multiplayer zones or
sure.
anything to get people involved and get people looting off each other.
Hmm.
The big Ubisoft elephant in the room, Skull and Bones.
Like,
We've been seeing it at conferences now for I don't know how many years. Do you think that we'll see it here?
unfortunately,
Yeah.
which I don't like to say. I don't want it to be unfortunate because I like Black Flag is super cool. I love pirates. I'd love if we had a really definitive. I like Sea of Thieves a lot, trust me, but like another like pirate game, open world, and yeah, Sea of Thieves is not. Or not Sea of
The
Thieves. Skull and Bones is not
Skull and Bones.
scratching the itch for me.
It was definitely interesting because I think that we started hearing about this not too long after Black Flag.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see because Black Flag did a pretty good job with that ship-to-ship combat that people seem to generally enjoy. It'll be interesting how much they can add to that while not potentially making it overbearing. Like the idea of running an entire ship from a controller or a keyboard and mouse. Um, there's got to be some efficiencies in there, and it'll be really interesting to see how they're able to scale that up where needed.
Hmm. I have another out there sort of thing that
Mhm.
we've known about for a while. Curious where you fall on this. Because I have a theory about this one. Do you think we see any update on Beyond Good and Evil 2?
No, I don't think that game exists anymore.
I do too.
Yeah, it's just between how it was originally teased,
Hmm.
probably like 12 years ago now,
Yeah.
and then teased again in a totally new form. Um, and then after that, it's just been nothing. There was all of the issues with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's production company that was doing all of the like prospect work,
Mm-hmm.
and like all of the weirdness and the shadiness about paying your fucking artists.
Mm-hmm. And
Um,
also, like, Michel Ancel left, right? Because of that was like during some of the Ubisoft like allegations that were going around. I'm pretty sure departed the
yeah.
studio. But my theory with Beyond Good and Evil 2, right, is what they're aiming for early next year on Star Wars Outlaws, right?
Hmm.
I wouldn't be too surprised if some of like systems that they were working on in Beyond Good and Evil 2
Oh,
migrated to the Star Wars game because it is open world. I'd assume, and that trailer implies different planets. And that
yeah.
was a huge thing they were pushing with BGE2 was like you can travel to different planets. So like maybe I don't know what engine that was on, but
That'll be very interesting.
they announced because the thing is they announced Massive was making a Star Wars game. I want to say 2 years ago, maybe 2021. So like I don't know when they started development. The EA exclusivity contract expired this year, so like
Hmm.
stuff could have gone to development in the last year or two. But like I like that seems like a
Yeah.
fast turnaround. I know Ubisoft has giant teams, but 3 years maybe for a giant Star Wars open world is impressive.
I
You
could
know?
I could definitely see that being the case. That would probably be smart, because I mean, Beyond Good and Evil 2, that was an odd franchise to want to push to be that massive.
Yeah,
It was very much like little leagues suddenly hitting with the pros out of nowhere.
yeah,
Which is it's good that they're not forgetting some of those great original franchises. Like I loved playing Beyond Good and Evil 2, except for the part that after you get to the moon, there's no way to return back to Earth, so you're like locked into Endgame,
hmm
um, which frustrated me at the time.
yeah. Well, speaking of those classic franchises you're talking about, and Beyond Good and Evil kind of reaching for more than maybe they should have. Prince of Persia is back.
Yeah.
I'm incredibly pleased about that because I love Prince of Persia. Um, and it's the next game. Was it the Lost Crown, Forgotten Crown, I
Something
believe?
like that. Yeah.
Uh, that is smaller scale, reaching
Hmm.
back to the like the roots of Prince of Persia. I don't have any experience with the 2D games in that series, but small scale and looks awesome.
I did
So
some digging into it. I believe that that's the same team that's been doing those two excellent Rayman games that we just saw.
mhm. Yeah.
So it's like this is a team that knows 2D combat, who
hmm
knows how to make a fun 2D platformer,
Yeah.
and just adding in more combat than just like slapping your friends. It's
Yeah.
gonna be great. We've
Yeah.
got 20 seconds left now before the stream goes live, so I'm gonna go ahead and unmute this all here,
Sweet.
um, so that we can get tucked in.
Nice.
Or
Uh,
I might not unmute it right
yeah,
now
I'm hearing
because there
some.
seems to be licensed music.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
it's
I'm gonna be hot on these keys.
it's still Just Dance. It looks like they're opening with Just Dance, maybe.
It just seems to be an
I got a black
advertisement for
screen
Just
now.
Dance, or is it a new one?
Oh wow, that was yeah. It's opening with Just Dance. That was a cool cut. That was impressive. I don't know if I'm a little
Okay,
ahead of you, but that transition was
okay. Well, we're gonna
impressive.
start off the stream completely muted. That's always good.
This was a great time though to talk about something we didn't get to talk
I mean,
about
I'm
in the
really glad
pre-show.
that the Power Rangers is still getting work nowadays. Let's be honest.
Um, hey, they're Olympic. Oh no, that's not them. I thought that's just an ad. I thought they were Olympic dancers.
Nope, I think it's just licensed.
The thing we didn't get to touch on in the
Mhm.
pre-show, the other massive game that's been in development since I want to say 2017 is Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
True, we've got
That I'm
Avatar game.
stoked about. um, I like I like a Far Cry game once in a while. I know they're pretty like paint by numbers, but if I can just get my next, like the last Far Cry game I played was 5 and I never finished it. But if the next Far Cry game I play is actually an Avatar game, like absolutely, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's going to be really cool to see. I mean, we already know that all of the world is there.
Yeah.
Like we know that the realm of Pandora is completely fleshed out.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very cool to see how that will move into a video game space.
Yeah.
And then whether we see spaces in this game that are going to be things that we see in the next movie. I think that what they're going to the Fire Nation next, if I'm
Yes.
remembering Avatar: The Lost Airbender's plotline correctly.
Navi next in the next movie. But yeah, I love Avatar, so I'm very excited to see that, and I hope it is the best looking game we've seen so far. Like that, the Avatar deserves to be the showpiece. Like that should be. This is running on my PlayStation. Like that. That's what that game needs to be. You know, if it's anything less than that, oh, we'll find out in a second.
There we go.
Dude, let's go. I'm stoked. Okay.
Mix
Oh
of
my
in-game
God.
and CG. Okay, so we're doing like a stolen generation story.
So it looks like the main character is not an avatar, but an actual Navi.
Yeah, like a Navi, but a Navi raised by humans.
So the opposite of Spider from Way of Water.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well. That the TM video game springboards and rope climb was certainly a look.
Yeah, look at that scumbag business guy. Oh my God. Dude, I'm so in for this.
That looks like crafting of some kind.
Dude. Visually, I'm not disappointed. It looks very nice. Hell yeah, dude. Don't come out in September, please. I'm already sweating.
It's going to be October 19th.
Yo!
I think I'm a little bit behind you. I missed that. Did it give a release date or just this year?
Give it a sec.
Okay, working with the film company. That's good. December 7th is the release date.
Perfect. Oh man, that's gonna be Merry Christmas. Oh my god. Oh, looks like my stream like reset a
Yeah,
second.
mine just did the same.
Yeah.
We're getting
Oh.
double James Cameron.
Oh my god, I thought he was walking out on stage for a second. I was like, that man's busy. He's got to make a third movie. Phil Spencer's in the audience.
Why not?
Sure.
Hey, look at that. Women on stage. That's nice to see.
Yeah. Dude, let's go. Okay.
Do you think that they'll put the whole language in it?
They better. I love Avatar so much. I know it's a divisive thing, but oh my god, it's so cool.
It's just going to be a gameplay preview.
Yeah.
They're going in on this. That's awesome to see.
I know. I'm so glad. Will we get a Jake Sully cameo? Third person.
Yeah, I mean, we saw first and third person.
True, that with the flight, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably Traversal goes third person.
Hmm. What a great story premise, too.
Yeah.
I wonder if the reason why this is like a Navi that was stolen was because this is before they could make the avatars.
I did see avatars in there.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm
never mind.
going to get super nerdy about it. The avatars have 5 fingers and the Navi have 4.
Well then, apologies. I will check myself at the door.
I love the HUD too, just being like the kind of the lens flare at the top.
Very minimalist.
God, it looks so good. Customize the Banshees.
Can you pet them?
Oh, I'm sure you can.
I mean, this footage that we're seeing here is already better than the trailer that we saw like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the animals of Pandora are so cool.
It's wild that like Avatar inspired so much of sci-fi design, I feel, in games for the last decade, where a lot of the games sci-fi designs looks pretty generic, but I think Avatar still has like really strong visual identity
It's like when
for
you
all that.
started seeing the weird animal plant hybrid
Yeah.
abomination kind of things.
No, we got to slide.
Oh, you've got Eagle Vision.
Yeah, like this is straight up just a Far Cry game, but
Yeah.
I'm good on that. It's been a while since I played a Far Cry game. I'm ready.
Well, it's also like there's just going to be the novelty of like a Far Cry game that is very like it's terrestrial, very human.
Yeah, yeah.
This with mechs and weird weapons and aliens and stuff. Man, you're destroying some robots. They really need to work on those weak points.
Oh, that's cool. I like that though. The map like visually changes when you clear out an outpost. I feel like a lot of games don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have like NPCs fill it in, but like having overgrowth, that's really cool.
It'll be interesting to see whether like that happens immediately or whether like they let some time pass kind of thing.
Oh my god.
And now introducing Giancarlo Esposito.
We got co-op, 2-player co-op.
Yeah, it's Far Cry.
I'm so in. I'm playing this with my buddy. Oh my god.
Did they talk much about being able to customize your character, or does it?
I think we're the defined
like, yeah,
main character. Yeah.
I
I don't know if we got a name on her.
How that moves to multiplayer then, or whether the other person is just like a palette swap.
Yeah, I know. In Far Cry, there was like a Turk, I think was the guy's name. He came in as like the co-op character. I don't know. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I wonder what that means for progression as well, because that's always like I love playing co-op games, or I loved when I had time to play to like coordinate with a friend and play co-op games. But when it was like only one person gets progression, that was very frustrating.
That looked better than I thought it was going to, honestly. I had high hopes and it genuinely exceeded what I thought that was going to be. Visually, at least, you know, because Avatar is such a, like, that is the appeal with Avatar, is like how groundbreaking it is.
Yeah.
Now we're getting, oh, this is X Defiant.
The regular esports spiel. To the over 1 million players. Okay, for a closed beta, that's pretty great. So I thought that was going to be them talking about like overall. Hi, Mark.
I have a friend who really got into the beta. So he's a big COD guy too. So I guess there's something here.
That's always good. You love to see when a company isn't or a game isn't proud enough to have a second or even third beta.
Mhm.
It's good when they're that honest about it, and definitely fans are going to enjoy it. A 6 week preseason? Isn't that just a season?
Basically.
They're meta changing factions. We don't quite have a meta yet, but these will change them. Oh, interesting. Okay. So they're using their other worlds to create like the equivalent of a Smash Bros, but it's a
Mhm.
shooter.
Yeah, I think there was like, oh, you can be the God. I thought I had the Division faction locked in, and I did not. The Wolves, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, and you got someone dressed up as Splinter Cell, Far
Yeah.
Cry.
Ooh, okay.
That's pretty neat.
Prince of
It's gonna
Persia
be
time.
Prince of Persia. Yeah.
You know, I didn't realize this when we were watching the trailer together for SGF, but that's not the prince.
No?
The prince has been kidnapped, and we are saving him.
Oh, so it's like a Legend of Zelda situation.
I think so. Yeah. I don't know the name of this guy, but there's a part in that first trailer where they're like, the prince has been captured, and they show a character that is very much like the classic blue and white robed Yuri Lowenthal looking prince.
Yeah.
So bummer though, because this guy's character design is fantastic. So
That's not a chimera. That would be a manticore, right? Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Lion head, bat wings, and a scorpion tail. That's a manticore. All of my Dungeons and Dragons knowledge coming into great help. January 18th, 2024. Man, we got a busy 6 months ahead of us.
Yep.
I played the original Prince of Persia game when it was a Java game on my Nokia phone.
Traçal, so her background is adapted and taken over hostile and careful. Mount Calf. You and your brothers in arms are sent on a mission to save Prince Hassan. However, this assignment will cast you straight to an abyss. And it is here that you, Sidon, and the whole kingdom must prepare to face the greatest threat of your lives. This is yours to play in Mount Calf next to humans. When entering Mount Calf, your mission is clear. Find Prince Hassan and bring him back to Severus.
Your character has such intense main character energy.
Yeah.
Even amongst the other 7 immortals, it's just like, damn, that's the playable character.
Separated from your allies, you discover a grand citadel full of mysteries when time flows differently. The East seems the past coexists with the future.
So do you think that it's going to be like stage based or
So I believe I read that it's
Metroidvania?
Metroidvania.
Okay.
Action is everything. This is a semi-open world that delivers new secrets as you find
Semi-open world, whatever that means.
Yeah, the Hollow Knight.
new areas. You have to master the skill and the sense of timing, the trademark of Prince of Persia. During this epic journey, you won't be the only one trapped in Mount Calf. Some dwellers are willing to
Hephaestus?
while others are more reluctant.
I don't know what the Persian pantheon or what pantheon Persia used. It's all Greek to me.
Sidon is a swordsman like no other. He is a fierce warrior, known for being elusive, ruthless, and extremely skillful on the battlefield.
He looks so slick to play. I'm really impressed with everything I'm seeing.
Fueled by anger, he constantly puts his life on the line to perform stunning attacks.
You can do some One Piece sword techniques, 2-sword style.
Shadows died twice, dude.
Time powers are back. This time, not only in your hands.
Oh, the bad guys can do it.
To face such a challenge, master a new side of his time powers. And defy
Ooh.
So it's more like Tracer's power than actually time travel.
by combining
Yeah, I like that drop in like a portal to like zip back. That's really cool.
to solve Moncaf's mysteries and execute brutal combos.
Oh my god, this looks awesome. I wish they'd go full screen more, but I'm loving what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it is a bit weird. It looks like there is already on their YouTube
Oh, cool.
a full commented gameplay trailer
Nice, I'll watch that later.
has been put up, so you'll be able to watch it.
And that's just a glimpse of what Prince of Persia The Lost Crown is all about. I'd like to thank the main tricks who confused Ingenuity you are just listening to. And of course, my
I'm gonna switch. It's gonna be a good Switch game.
we cannot wait for you.
I hope it's not compromised on Switch because it looks great.
February 18, 2024 on all platforms. Thank you and enjoy the
Early access, Ubisoft Plus. Awesome. It's a good show. Whoa. What? Blood Dragon remix. Did we know
Cyberpunk
about
was
this?
yesterday. What? Oh,
That's
I didn't recognize him with the glasses.
You may know me from the Castlevania animated series on Netflix.
we spoke with him a few years ago about that.
Oh, cool.
Or one of my fan fiction shorts, I can say. 7 years ago, I got a call from Ubisoft offering me the opportunity to adapt one of their
I
very
I don't think that I remembered that this was getting an anime.
came back to them with a crazy concept inspired by the mood of Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. This concept used Ubisoft's vast library of characters and remixed them into one delirious anime series
He seems very nervous.
this love letter to the 90s, or at least how I interpret it. And to my absolute surprise, Ubisoft said yes. Just kidding. They said yes. It's why I'm up here. Come on. This is the story of how the first anime series by Ubisoft was born. Captain Laserhawk. What happened? This show is many things. It's violent. It's a dystopian fiction in the spirit of the works of Aldous Huxley. It's a spoof.
Switch version of Prince of Persia apparently runs at 60 frames.
It's a love
Oh,
story.
hell yeah.
And as a descendant of Indian mystics, I can tell you it's the most philosophically conscious show. We've watched it for a long time. The series was picked up by Netflix. It was animated by the renegade genius pirates at Bobby Pill's studio. And today, I'm very happy to announce that barring an apocalypse, which may happen, it will be released worldwide later this year.
This is what happens when you get told you have 5 minutes to present and you only have a minute worth of content.
I'm even more excited to share with you an action-packed, Easter egg-filled teaser trailer right now.
You want to be entertained? Don't change the channel. Join the revolution.
I mean, I'm probably going to at least try watching it.
Sure. What is this? Resurgence?
To the
Do we know about
Division.
that? Heartland
Yeah,
is
I
the
believe
extraction game, I think.
This was one of the known quantities.
Is this the mobile game? This is Block Party?
No, this is Resurgence. It's a free-to-play multiplayer third-person shooter mobile game.
It is mobile, okay. I meant the music though. Is that Block Party? I think it is.
That I don't know. I'm going to mute it in case.
Yeah. I just saw them recently. Yeah. I mean, I played Division 2. Funny enough, a lot. I got it right before the pandemic happened. So that's that living in the world, you know. But
I mean, it looks like the Division. I'm wondering when they're going to cut to the mobile gameplay so that you can see what it actually looks like, because I don't know. It just looks like a
Yeah.
whole lot of what you would not actually see in game.
Yeah. I mean, I know they showed a gameplay for Heartland. That's the one that I was a little more interested in, but that is basically just the extraction mode that Division 2 has an option. So I wonder if they show that too. Up there's the mole gameplay. Definitely looks like a mobile Division shooter.
Yeah, I mean, just with touchscreens, with touchscreen controls, I just don't think that we're ever gonna get the kind of shooter that people keep trying to make.
Yeah. I did try COD Mobile once for like 5 minutes and it worked surprisingly better than I thought it would have. But all right, might want to meet that again. And then
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to unmute it, but yeah, if we've got live musicians on screen, then that's just kind of
this
what we're gonna be
is
doing.
this dude's voice. God damn. Um I missed the name of the group, but this song is called Skull and Bones.
They've got younger Ricky Gervais on the right there. That's kind of cool. That's a big
Yeah.
get for Ubisoft.
I mean, main dude looks like Leonardo DiCaprio, kind of like his brother.
That's true. How weird is that?
I do love a good sea shanty.
It's
That's
just
my
crazy
favorite part
that
of
the
Black
most that
Flag.
we've seen for Skull and Bones in like the past 4 years is a sea shanty with footage in the background.
I really wonder if they're going to be like, "Hey, surprise! We made an RPG now." If that ever happens.
I think the guy on the left is just beatboxing slowly. It's also like all of the combat that they're showing is of like people looking around and ships being built and like other activities.
Mm-hmm.
But this is meant to be like a ship only combat game, right?
Well, they've added like a hub area you can walk around in,
Okay.
like towns, I guess, where you can like go to buildings that are glorified menus. But I don't know. I still want them to add like I don't know why this isn't Black Flag 2. That's the thing that confuses me.
Not only that, I know that you said that you didn't play Black Flag, but ironically, and sorry for story spoilers, this far after, but at no point in the game is the playable character actually an assassin.
Yeah,
You just steal their outfit.
yeah. I ended up
Closed
playing it
beta.
out. Oh, cool. I ended up playing Black Flag after the fact, but
Mhm.
I did love that about it. I was just kind of like, I'm just kind of here, dude. Closed beta is neat.
And now to Anno. Yeah, like that was a sea shanty and an announcement of a closed beta, and that was it.
Yeah. I wish better for that game, but Singapore is gonna have it released one of these days. They're gonna show Rayman in this Rabbids. No. Oh, whoa, what?
Yo, what's up with the sexy rabbit?
Is Skull and Bones on Spotify yet? Whoa, Riders Republic is adding skateboarding?
I guess they can compete with EA.
Yeah, I mean, if Tony Hawk is dead, I'll give it a shot. Not the skater, he's fine. There he is.
Oh man, it's crazy that it took 2 Rabbids game for us to finally get Rayman showing up again.
And that was it.
Sure, why not?
So they're probably going to close the Star Wars gameplay, I'd guess, right?
That would be a very safe bet, yeah.
Unless there's like a one more thing they got lined up. Or maybe Assassins,
Definitely.
maybe they close on that.
Yeah. They had that bit of Assassin's Creed in the opening that was just kind of talking about the space of the world and how they developed it. I'm going to go ahead and start the audio on stream again because we're not. Well, I guess this is still potentially licensed music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Ubisoft does love it.
It's just going to be a silent stream.
Oh, and be prepared for when that John Williams hits for the Star Wars section.
True. Yikes.
I feel like they stopped doing that. I feel like EA did that for their press conferences, like when Battlefront was a thing. But ever since they got Cal Kestis as the face of that brand, they stopped pulling the the Williams stuff.
It's crazy. You'd really think that they would just have to have certain things that are out there and are able to like that are out there and are able to be played and are like impossible for DM like to get DMCA'd because of their just notoriety.
Probably.
Okay, starting up audio again for chatting about The Crew.
5 years ago, the Crew 2 took off. Now, each month, millions of thrill seekers.
Is that the third presenter on stage who was started by saying X years ago? Because we had it with Prince of Persia 30 years ago. We had it with Blood Dragon 7 years ago, and we've just now had it with 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Today, at last, it is my pleasure to introduce the future of the Crew, Motorfest. Our all new take on the action.
You play The Crew ever? You're a car guy in games?
I have once owned a copy of The Crew. When I bought my Xbox One S, and I bought it from a Microsoft store, and they said that I got a free game with it, and they showed me the 5 games that I could pick, and I already owned 4 of them, and then the last one was The Crew. So I said, can I just not take a game? And they said, no, you have to take a game. I said, right, I'll take The Crew.
Nice.
This is what Motorfest are all about.
That is my experience with The Crew.
I think I have it from PlayStation Plus, but I've never tried it. I like arcade racers. I don't play them a lot, but like I love Burnout. I like Forza Horizon 5 a lot.
I'm a big kart racer guy. Love CTR. Really loved Mario Kart, of course. It's like Speed Freaks I played back in the day on PS1. And I got really into Blur. Did you ever play Blur?
No, that was Disney though, right? Disney Interactive, I think.
Maybe. But it was like realistic looking cars, but there were like boosts and power-ups and stuff. So there was a fun blend between more realistic physics and superpowers.
That's cool.
And this For the first time ever, we leave the US mainland behind. Our festival has landed in one of the most breathtaking and vibrant places on Earth, Oahu. Let's find out why Oahu is the perfect
Okay.
playground for driving fun. Race through the city street of Honolulu. Powered up. Black Cash
Hell yeah.
Adventure
There was an old PS2 game that I used to love playing. It was like a 4-wheel drive game, and it had an off-road mode, and you could just explore the whole island, and there was co-op. So my friend and I would just split screen and just like find the weirdest places, and we'd end up like tipping into lava and having to respawn, and just really cool place to be in
Yeah,
a
that's
driving
sick.
game.
It's very cool.
And that was back, a massive open world game on the PS2 was just not as common.
Yeah.
Recognize the latest from Lamborghini? I think so, yeah, I know. You are as thrilled as I am.
Oh man, dude's really trying to sell Lamborghini.
Hey, some of you have spent a lot of energy building the perfect vehicle collection in the Crew 2. In a few weeks, you will be able to import your vehicle collection into the Crew Motorfest for free.
Thanks. You know, I keep forgetting Ubisoft's subscription. All their games launch on that now.
Oh really?
I'm pretty sure they do.
I did not know that those were day ones.
Yeah, Ubisoft Plus. I think I'm almost positive. You subscribe, you get a new game day one. So like, if you want Avatar, you're gonna spend a month in there.
Cool.
15, 16 bucks for a month, and you're in.
Well, and then I think it's what Ubisoft is also tied into PlayStation Plus,
Yes,
but like probably without
but
that.
it's only one of the higher tiers though.
Okay.
I think, and then it's available on Xbox, but it's not part. It's confusing as hell. It's not part of Game Pass,
Because
but
then
it's on
also
there.
EA Origins is part of Game Pass Ultimate,
Yes,
but it doesn't have the
No.
the 10-hour demo thing.
Oh, they do. They do. I played.
they do?
I played Need for Speed on that. I did the 10-hour
Okay.
demo for that when it came out day one.
But they do have like all of the EA games come 6 months out.
Yeah, like the full releases take a while to get on there,
Yeah.
but you do get the day one 10-hour thing.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah,
I should have done that with Star Wars. Whoops.
But yeah, I'll probably honestly. I mean, I might buy a copy of Avatar, but Assassins comes out at a really busy time. Maybe grab a month of Ubisoft Plus for that or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's the equivalent of like going to Blockbuster and renting it for a week.
Yeah, you just get it for a month instead, and I'm sure I can probably get through that small Assassin's Creed game in a month.
Probably, yeah. Truck through it. I don't know. It depends how many feathers you need to find. That's like the true shared experience of open world gamers of like the PS3, Xbox 360 era is those goddamn
The feathers.
everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I got the Platinum in Brotherhood last year. That was a task.
I got the platform in 2 when it came out. Brotherhood, I like burnt myself out on 2 and only did the story for Brotherhood.
Well, the good thing with Brotherhood was that I did it in the Ezio collection, and I did get it in 2 on the PS3 as well. But I did 2 and 3 on the collection the last couple of years, or 2 in Brotherhood. No multiplayer trophies for the collection, which is nice for Brotherhood.
That's going to be on everything. Luna has been getting a lot of representation across the place. Like it's got. I feel like Luna has far more legitimacy to it than Stadia ever did.
Yeah, they just don't talk about it
VR.
ever. Not actual gameplay.
Yep. Okay, so it's gonna cover
Hey, Cassandra.
all the games.
That does not look like Ezio. Who is that man? Is that his dad?
When do we get the VR game where we get to play as Uncle Mario? Oh man, you're gonna get so much vertigo doing drop assassinations.
Like, in concept, super cool because of the animus, but like in practice, I feel like I would not like this.
Yeah.
Look at Cassandra, front and center as she deserves.
It's always concerning when we don't see actual gameplay.
At this exciting new way.
Maybe now.
Coming to MetaQuest this holiday, Assassin's Creed Nexus will
I feel like Ubisoft loves doing that. Cinematic trailer, person on stage, gameplay.
True. True.
Fight and be stealthy in new memories from 3 legendary assassins: Ezio, Cassandra, and Hunt.
Yeah, it's meant to be Ezio.
Cannot wait to see our players
That's
between-
cinematic. He looked elderly.
in the
Yeah, but like not as old as like old Ezio that we know.
Yeah,
was
that
like-
was. Yeah.
He had like an awkward phase between being like a young adult and like a wizened old assassin.
open-world RPG game on mobile.
Okay, Jade, I'm curious about.
Ancient China.
Did he just say open world RPG on mobile?
Yes, this is the one in China.
Adventure.
Oh, I didn't realize that the China was a mobile game.
Gameplay
Yep.
for free, anywhere, anytime.
I mean, I just got
To announce
an iPad with like one of the nice like chips in it, so I can hook a controller up. I'll play it. Give it a shot. China Assassin's Creed is a bit more interesting to me than Japan currently.
Legacy. It's honoring those that came before.
I feel like Chinese mythology isn't explored much in huge games, huge franchises like this.
To illuminate and hold their stories to the light for all to see. That inheritance of knowledge helps to guide and shape our future. Now it's your turn to build on those foundations and rise to even greater heights. To step out of the shadows and into a vast world. To make your own legacy.
I mean, this looks really impressive for a mobile game.
Does.
It's a long website name.
Wow, they put the code name in in the URL. Now onto Mirage.
I'll sign up for the beta for that.
We've all been waiting for this moment. Assassin's Creed Mirage is a very special game.
Heck yeah,
Designed as
Altair.
one of the first titles of the series that many of us fell in love with. Coming October 12th, Assassin's Creed Mirage takes the franchise back to its roots. Sarah, our narrative director for the game, will come on stage to tell you more about Basim and his journey. But before that, let's watch our story trailer.
I forgot the actress's name who plays his mentor in this, but she was in Destiny as Lakshmi too. Her voice is insane.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah, I know that voice. She's great.
Yeah.
It looks like it's not going with as realistic a look for the humans.
I'm
But
happy
trying
about
to
that.
find like a little bit of a balance between maybe like where Prince of Persia is and where this is.
Yeah.
The feathers of the heron were dipped in the blood of the targets. The feathers forge our
Dude, are we going back to like the arena combat with the parries, please?
who we shall be.
Where every enemy politely comes at you one at a time.
Love it.
Strike quickly and endless.
Swallow your questions, serve without complaint. Who is she to tell you when to strike?
Everything you do serves the hidden ones. That is a strange kind of freedom.
God, I can't believe this comes out a week before Spider-Man. And days before Alan Wake.
You are not
Yep.
the first to walk the shadows broken.
Yeah, and Cave of Wonders is in there too. For
Yeah,
them.
whoever planned that week hates me.
We are messengers of justice.
All 4 of those are like, yeah, this is my game.
Final judges.
He knows not what he is. Have you not wondered at your nature?
Yeah, they got a Prince of Persia costume for the pre-orders.
Oh yeah.
I believe there's a quest also, maybe? If this is the right game I'm remembering.
Ubisoft is so about the cross-pollination.
What does it mean to be free? What must be sacrificed in the quest for freedom and justice the hidden ones fiercely pursue? How can you find your path and fulfill your destiny when you don't know who you really are? As he grows from street thief to master assassin, Basim thinks he has found a sense of purpose as a hidden one, working in the dark to serve the light. But his nightmarish visions keep haunting him, leading to more questions with no answer. In Baghdad, seeking the truth comes with a price. The capital of the Abbasid Empire, one of the richest, most diverse and most advanced cities in the world, is at a turning point of its history. Unrest is growing, seeding a revolution against corruption and arbitrary justice, an uprising that will turn the tides of history and change the lives of everyone. Childhood friends, fellow hidden ones, as well as newly formed allies and enemies will shape Basim's adventure. But his horrific visions are the face of a struggle that he can only handle alone. There is a lot to look forward to in Assassin's Creed Mirage, and the best way to make you understand our unique Back to the Roots experience is to show you the game. In the following gameplay walkthrough, we meet Basim right after the
Man,
assassination of his
it might just be that she has very dark colored eyes, but she's very like dilated like a cat. Like that was pretty intense.
Ooh, this music. Oh, please be good. Okay. Oh, all these sounds. Oh, yes. Right, Bob.
There you are.
Oh, look at that. An instant assassination.
So refreshing. It's been years.
Don't have to worry about gear score or.
That's so nice. I'm trying to notice if there are levels on some of those enemy tags. They're popping up too quick for me to notice.
I wasn't sure if that was like a level or whether like someone had like spotted him.
I like that the ropes are making a return, but I think it's funny that he's using his bare hands because it's like canonically, Ezio was the one that got the hook, and that was in like Constantinople, so it doesn't exist here yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just gotta grab it.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
God, I love the robes too. I'm so glad they're back.
I am glad you are safe.
Alhamdulillah, a first of many achievements to come, Basim.
We should only hope. There's still much work to do. While our focus was on Al Ghul, Fulav quietly scouted the city for where we could erect more bureaus.
I have found dwellings in 3 districts that are most unassuming.
Looks like city building is back, or like building up resources.
Cool.
And set off to Al Abbasiyah and Karkh. I will make my way to Sharqiya shortly.
Dude, I love having the crew again.
In Karkh, where
Like your brotherhood. It's like, oh, I'm the weapons guy. I'm the
Her robes are nice.
been working on.
yeah.
With the, I mean, not as discreet with the big AC logo on her chest of the bird skull.
Okay. Tools, not gear. Love this.
Resourceful as
Getting
always.
blow darts.
My thanks, Abu Ja'far.
Oh man, I'm gonna play so much of this game.
Contractor request: do not take any damage. Do not kill anyone.
I honestly, I know a lot of people got annoyed by it, but I really did like some of the full synchronization challenges in
Yeah,
the
no, I
Ezio
think
games.
That's great. I love
Yeah.
when games kind of they let you have fun, let you do everything, but then build in, certain requests for like additional ways you can experience playing the game.
And I do like that we have our eagle drone again. I liked that a lot in Odyssey.
Yeah, I always had trouble steering it. I would always end up like getting too close or too far.
Act as usual.
Get tips from the crowds? Okay.
And his followers are trying to overthrow the prince.
What madness! They will surely fail.
That's fun. Adds more to the world and more to hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Whistle, call him over to you. Man, this is so the antithesis of how I would play.
Where you do blades blazing?
I'd just be whistling people into grass
Oh.
and creating piles of corpses.
The sky is safe, my friend. Survey the area in Kidu.
I mean, yeah, this looks like everything that I've wanted in like our alternate reality where these were the types of Assassin's Creed games we kept getting.
Yeah. I really like from a visual perspective how everything is like very tan and like
Yeah.
of course with the yellow sun, but they've really got the colors popping so vibrantly.
Mhm.
It really helps make things legible.
Yeah.
That was a lot of games that I've been playing recently. Like all of the colors fall flat to one another and makes it kind of a pain to just see, especially when you get like motion blur moving the camera and stuff.
Oh, this is cool. I love this in Ghost of Tsushima, having like the chain stealth takedown.
Oh,
Also teleporting.
that's so cool.
Interesting. That didn't set off alarms. That's cool.
What was that tool?
Maybe like a trip mine.
Yeah. He's going to assassinate. The guy's going to run forward. It's going to set off an explosion. Nice.
Oh, we got a parry. Okay. Let's go.
Oh, poison gas tripline.
I love the music too. Sit on a bench.
Do you think that they will ever bring back the multiplayer?
I think there's a good chance in the launcher universe thing they flesh out. I think there'll be a dedicated multiplayer thing for that.
Yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense because then they could
Yeah.
just build on the multiplayer and not having to worry about tacking shit on elsewhere.
That looks really fun.
Yeah, that look. Yeah, I think you put it best to say that like this is the alternate universe where we kept getting traditional Assassin's Creed games. They keep coming back to Phil. They've just got a camera on Phil.
Hello, everyone. So first, I want to start by saying thank you to all gamers all around the world. It's thanks to you that we are here today. You are at the heart of everything we do.
It's thanks to you that we are here today. I don't know if a lot of gamers had their say, you wouldn't be here right now, mate.
Yeah.
Around the world as well, I would like to say a big thank you.
It's a bit weird that they're keeping him in the spotlight, but I guess that's just to make everything look like everything is totally fine.
Yeah.
Your talent and passion are at the foundation of this fantastic lineup. So I hope you are all excited to explore the amazing playground you have seen today. At Ubisoft, we are creators of worlds. We are also proud to partner with some of the
It took 2 seconds for the internet to be like, this is the exact same game we've had a decade ago. Boring.
Very happy to welcome Julian from Ubisoft.
Gamers were a mistake.
Yeah.
Give you a first look
Assassin's Creed was cool. I know it's cool to hate on it, but come on, it's cool.
and gameplay. So thank you. Julian?
There we go. Oh, hey, fun fact. We just had a potential leaked listing for Silent Hill 2, 29th of September.
Good thing I think it looks bad. That's wild, though. Jesus.
This is a time of turmoil. For Outlaws, this is a time of opportunity. As a cunning thief, Kay Vess and her companion Nix fight for survival every single day, relying on their skills and resourcefulness to get by. As they struggle to make ends meet, Kay and Nix dream of the day that they will finally be free. But while seeking this freedom, Kay unexpectedly becomes one of the galaxy's most wanted. So to free herself from the bounty that follows her, Kay will need to pull off one of the greatest...
Have you seen the people thirsting for the droid?
Yeah. It's a great design. Both main characters, if the droid is the main character, look great.
Yeah. I mean, and the axolotl dog is great.
Their reputation by taking on risky contracts and navigating complex relationships.
I mean, I love heists, like movies. I love Star Wars heists. Great, so that they're making a game out of that. Like, please.
Take them across the galaxy through stunning, very open world locations and the wilds of space. One of these locations is Tashara, a moon that features windswept savanna and amberine canyons. Carved into Tashara's striking landscape, the city of Miragana serves as a
Yeah, he said
central
the thing.
hive of scum and villainy.
Yeesh.
KNX will encounter several criminal syndicates that learn that everything is measured in the value of influence, reputation, or cold, hard credit. This presents an abundance of opportunities and dangers for a young, ambitious scoundrel like Kay. On behalf of Massive in Sweden, along with Ubisoft, Annecy, Barcelona, Bucharest, Chengdu, Milan, Montpellier, Paris, Shanghai, Toronto, and our amazing team at Lucasfilm Games, it's our privilege to present to you
They got a lot of people working on this game.
Yeah.
Star Wars
Like a lot. I'd bet over 1,000, honestly.
It's a big thing to be working on,
Yeah.
If you're
especially if these are meant to be like open worlds.
the
Mhm.
Open
Multiple,
worlds.
yeah.
opportunity. Thank you.
I mean, yesterday the first Star Wars open world game was said, you know, like that's a claim,
Yeah.
because I feel like you could argue there have been some before, but
I'm ready with my finger on that mute.
Sabak. I got a Sabak deck in the other room.
Gesundheit. Oh, I would do anything for him. Just running around with a rock avocado.
Good boy.
I love her jacket so much.
All right, Nix. Let's go get paid.
Right bumper, there is an axolotl button.
Very cool.
So is there deep lore with the Pike Syndicate? Are they?
Yes. So the Pikes are one of the like main crime syndicates in the Star Wars galaxy. They had a huge thing going on in the Clone Wars. I'm not entirely familiar with what they were doing in the Empire era. Solo was the Crimson Dawn, which was like another family,
Mhm.
but the Pikes were like, you know, around. But this is between 5 and 6, so
Okay.
I'm not super familiar with that gap, with like the new expanded lore stuff.
Hey, I was just leaving.
She shot first.
Okay,
Nah.
She did the thing.
Oh, you can change it to different blaster fire. That's sick. Yeah, I like this cover shooting like tactical stuff for your pet, because that's similar to some of the division tools you had.
this is getting bad.
The ability to like have it go out and quickly pick up a gun for you.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Let's try this out.
Sound design's great too. Ah, dang Ferric.
Dick Ferret.
Swing off that thing. Hell yeah!
What? Oh, I think you're slightly ahead of me,
Okay.
but could rappel onto a speeder bike and we're off.
Dude, yes.
Look at the little axolotl tail.
These guys don't quit. Hang on.
Oh yeah. We're GTA now.
That's like VATS.
That was close. ND5, I got the package. Where are you?
Waiting for you at Jauntus Hope. Were you seen?
I said I got it. What else matters?
Should I assume we won't be working for the Pikes anytime soon?
Well, they'll probably forgive me.
Comforting.
Oh my god, this town.
There's Jauntus Hope. We made it, Nix.
This looks way cooler than I expected it to.
Yeah,
This
it looks
is-
great.
This is very nice to see.
Very pleased so far.
Look both ways before crossing the road.
Hey, Andy.
You're late, Kay. Doc is waiting.
What? Are you worried?
No.
Okay.
Look at you, Troy.
What?
Be careful. Donka's a broker, not a friend.
Kind of looks like he's got like a prequel droid head.
Yeah, that's
Just
a
like swole.
Yeah, it's a commando droid. You can fight. It's like I think it's a reprogrammed one. Seems like.
Round 2 and I still like my odds. Kay Vess. Back already. I told you she's fresh, but she's good.
She looks imperial.
Just a friend. Join us.
Job was more complicated than you said, Duncan.
You lived. Hey, these aren't toys. They're investments.
Wait. We haven't met. Don't really know many of you. Stealing illegal contraband, running with syndicates. I could say you're a threat to the Empire.
Is that's not Gwendolyn Christie, is it?
Smart.
No.
Thanks. I'm smart enough to get myself out of trouble. You pay the tax just like everyone else.
Whoa, kid. Let's just throw facts.
You won't make it off to Shara alive. Maybe.
I like having that choice there. Let's go escape.
Where?
Dude, yeah.
That Imperial announcement
That-
wouldn't be about you, would it?
Could be.
I told you not to trust her.
That went wrong about as quickly as you could expect it to.
First time we've ever
Yeah,
met.
love that. God, yeah, this looks really good.
If they have the seamless on to off world as well, then this is
Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah, it may just be Beyond Good and Evil.
Okay, okay. Yeah, looks like we're going for that.
Can I warp drive through an enemy ship?
Damn. That rules.
Are we good?
Alright.
On the sensors.
Looks like between the atmosphere and space, there's like a good little bit of space to hide a load.
Ready on the
Yeah.
sensors now?
TIE fighters on us.
Man, people who dig space games, they're gonna be eating good this year and
Yeah.
next year.
Quickly.
Thanks, I'm working on it. ND, get us out of here.
Spooling hyperdrive.
Let's
Damn, we're going through a hyperspace jump too? That's nuts. I'm gonna come out on another planet, I bet.
It was neat the way that it had you like move and position to be like, yeah, this is where you want to go.
That's crazy.
All of the UI elements are so satisfying to see as well. Like when the warning came up and that little like quest complete. That's some good little dopamine.
That's your new toy.
So, where do we go next?
Anywhere we want.
They zoom out and they show 1,000 worlds.
Yeah. Yeah. That right there is the planet from Rise of Skywalker. That was the Coruscant. Nice. Strong showing, I think.
That, yeah, very strong.
And a hard cut? Nope.
One more shot of Phil. You can do it. Looks like that was it.
Yeah. So, I think games, maybe pound for pound in terms of what was shown, most interested I've been in terms of like the
more
number
on
of
Star
things.
Wars, Prince of Persia, and Assassin's Creed after the show.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like if you're interested, you can see even more of that.
I mean, like, well, there's probably like 7, 8 games shown here today, maybe, right?
Yeah.
I'd say like I was into most of them. So like as far as the games that were shown, I think there was a lot of great showings. Like Avatar looked sweet, Prince of Persia looks awesome, Assassin's Creed showed really well, Star Wars, all that was great. As a presentation, I did like that Skull and Bones song, but kind of weak as a presentation, I think.
Yeah, I think it's just like inherently because it's, unlike a lot of the other ones that we're seeing, this is just Ubisoft showing what Ubisoft is doing. They're not at the same level and they can't just pull from everywhere like SGF does. And it was all big known quantities, which was good to get those updates on known quantities. I still think it's hysterical that we got no gameplay for Skull and Bones. That seems a very odd choice, but that might just be me. But I think that was very strong.
Yeah. I am very hopeful about Outlaws. Also, like it is reminding me of what I was hoping we would have gotten out of the Amy Hennig game under EA about the underworld, right?
Was that 1313?
So I don't think she was on that
1313,
one.
a different one.
1313 was old age, so like pre-Disney purchase.
Okay.
EA was going to have Project Ragtag, I believe. That was the Visceral game that Amy Hennig was spearheading, which was also an open world crime syndicate game. And that sounded really cool because, Star Wars games love doing Jedi stuff, but Andor is like my favorite thing Star Wars has done in a while, and that is firmly rooted in like the underworld of Star Wars. And this being obviously more like lighthearted than Andor is, at least from what it's shown so far, exploring that still is really great. I love the attitude of the main character already. She's just Nathan Drake, Han Solo,
Yeah.
with a cool crew, like absolutely, please.
How quickly do you think we will see a Jedi in this game? Or do you think that they're going to actually do the thing that no one has ever been able to do and stay the fuck away from the Jedi?
I think they'll stay away, genuinely. I think there's already like so much to mine in there. Like I think, I mean, are you counting like Darth Vader? Because like I could see like a Darth Vader appearance happen.
Mhm.
Maybe. I don't know no, okay, so Darth Maul dies before A New Hope.
Yeah.
So because they brought him back in the animated shows. And
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, and his
Yeah.
and his brother with an even more edgelord name.
Yeah. But yeah, Outlaws looks really, really fun and kind of what I want next after the Cal Kestis games. But also looks like a game. Like doesn't look impossible, you know? Like it looks like a
Yeah.
game that could be played. So that gives me a lot of hope as well. That it's not this lofty thing that they're trying to go for. But
Yeah, it's like as whenever a game expands to have its scope just kind of be space TM, I always get worried about how they're going to do that, and especially when they say space but also open world, and how much of the world will be accessible.
yeah.
But it looks really good. You're right.
Yeah.
I reckon that'll be a big one. I think if that's a big win, you know, if they can not only show that you can do Star Wars without Jedi, but that you can tell these total tangential stories. You can leave the Skywalker bloodline alone. That would be fantastic, because I think that would really open up a lot of possibilities in developers' eyes as to what you can do with that world.
Yeah. And I know in the older days, like you know, the standout games are Jedi ones, but there were some games, you know, like Shadows of the Empire and Republic Commando that were more boots on the ground level stories. But seeing modern Star Wars tackle that and dealing with a familiar era, but you know, injecting some new ideas and characters and actors into it, I think is a solid move. So, yeah, that was great. Very, very happy with what we saw there. And then everything else, for the most part, the games looked really strong. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what letter grade to give it because I'm conflicted as like presentation versus quality of actual game show. But
I'm hovering somewhere around a B plus. I think
yeah,
probably like a solid B.
yeah, I think the games B plus, the show C minus. So I'm gonna say B minus.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't, but
Awesome.
yeah.
Cool. Well, with that, we've got one more show later on today. That, you know, if you're wanting to catch up on all of the news for the Capcom showcase when that's going out, I think that's only meant to be like a 33-minute long presentation. But we will be posting news about that all up at TechRaptor.net. Until then, you know, I hope that people have been enjoying the season or the series of not E3. And let us know in the comments below, you know, what you're most looking forward to from that Ubisoft presentation. But until then, we're out.